You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football, live on the home of the Patriots, SHN Sports.
Hey, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. You're going to go out there, you're going to battle, you're going to fight, you're going to do it for one, you're going to do it for one another. Do it for each other, you're going to do it for yourself, you're going to do it for us, and you're going to go out with this win. And it's an awesome feeling. It's an awesome feeling.
Memorial Stadium here in Cedar Creek, Texas. I want to thank you for joining us here live on SHNsports.com for Eastview Patriot Football. Coming at you from Memorial Stadium. Stephen Strong with you alongside Travis Banks. And we are set for a nice night of football. It's gotten a little chilly, but just a terrific temperature to get out on the field and continue to battle for a playoff spot for these Patriots, still in the hunt, and a win tonight would be huge. As I bring in my partner Travis. Travis, we saw a dominant game put together last week by the Patriots at home. They have not won on the road yet this season, and they have one last chance to do it, and that starts tonight.
That's right, Stephen. An impressive 42-0 win over the winless White Wolves football team last week for the Eastview football program. And they've got a pretty big test this tonight against Cedar Creek, because technically these two teams are tied, or they're involved in a three-way tie for third place in district standings. The third team in that tie is Bastrop. Now, It's one of those weird situations where Bastrop defeated Cedar Creek by a point a couple of weeks ago, and Eastview, of course, defeated Bastrop by 5 points about 3 weeks ago. So if Eastview can win this game, they will have outright control of third place in the district standings, and they will control their own destiny as well.
And we are underway here at Memorial Stadium as Eastview kicks it off, and it is a touchback into the end zone. So Cedar Creek will start with the football from their own 25-yard line. And we saw an impressive defensive effort last week, and we'll hope for more of that against a 4-4 Cedar Creek Eagle team here in front of their home crowd. It'll be 1st down and 10 from their own 25. Hunter Houston, the senior quarterback, set to start for the Eagles as they'll come out with Houston in shotgun. 2 receivers down to his right, 1 up top to his left. And the running back to his right, and they start with a handoff up the middle, trying to get through the initial hole, and finally brought down after a short gain, gets about 2 on the carry.
Number 21, Dominique Mojica on the carry there.
The sophomore getting the start here for the Eagles, and quickly back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 7 from their own 28. Houston in shotgun, 2 receivers wide to his left, 1 down to his right with Mojica at his left, and he's going to keep it, is Houston, as he rumbles forward, picking up the 1st down and a couple extra yards. And we saw Eastview have some trouble with the quarterback sneak and quarterback keepers 2 weeks ago. And that's something they'll have to shore up as Houston back ready to go here on 1st down and 10. Ball on their own 37. Cedar Creek taking their time in between plays to get set, and no rush here to start this game. Houston, 2 receivers down to his right, 1 up top to his left. He'll hand it off to Mojica, who rumbles forward for a solid chunk of yards on 1st down, brought down at the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and he'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
Cedar Creek so far just trying to run the ball, kind of keep control of the clock. I think they know that Eastview has a very potent offense, and if they can keep the ball away from that offense, Cedar Creek will be able to control the game.
2nd down and 6 from the 41, and it's a passing play. This time it falls incomplete. Went into no man's land down the middle of the field, and no one was in the area, and it brings up 3rd down.
This is a huge 3rd down for Cedar Creek here, 3rd down and 6. But they're still on their own side of the field, and it would be huge for Eastview's defense to get a stop here.
3rd down and 6 from their own 41. Houston in shotgun, 2 receivers down to his right and 1 up top to his left. He's got Mojica in the backfield, 2 standing to his right. The junior receiver, Javon Livingston, in slot right, and looking to throw is Houston. He fires, and it is at the feet and falls incomplete, brings up 4th down. And it was intended for the junior receiver, Payne Allen, number 8. And the Eagles will have to punt on their opening possession.
I think Eastview's defense got a little lucky there with that incomplete pass. Cedar Creek trying to fake them out by opening up the passing game by running the ball a lot, but they ultimately just couldn't connect between the quarterback and the receiver.
And Quentin Jackson back deep to receive this punt, standing at about the 29. And the punt is a line drive and takes a bounce. Jackson picks it up and just kind of dives forward, falling down near the 27 is where they'll mark it. And out will come Eastview's offense for the first time tonight.
They had a huge week. Last week, Steven, the Eastview offense did a couple of touchdown passes for Jackson Colson, the quarterback. He did throw his first interception in quite some time. But remember, the defense is also coming off of 3 turnovers as well. So they won the turnover margin, and the offense is looking to pick up where they left off.
Colson in shotgun, back to throw this time, looking deep across the middle. Wide open is Hester at the 35-30. One man to beat. Can he get there? No. Touchdown, Patriots, as Hester rumbles in at the end of the run. A diving tackle attempt by number 1, Dalen Jackson, the junior, unable to catch up to Hester. And the Patriots, with that quick strike ability, score first.
72 yards for Zion Hester there, and all he did was run a simple post route. Jackson Colson saw that he had his man beat and was wide open, as you said, Steven, down the field. All Zion Hester had to do was run right underneath the ball, make the catch, turn on the booster rockets, and he was gone. Nobody's going to catch him after that, Steven.
So Honstein will come in to try to make it a 7-point game. Impressive speed, as usual, from Zion Hester, as the kick is up and good. And just like that, with 9:44 remaining here in the first quarter, 1 play, 1 touchdown for this Patriot defense as they lead it 7-0 here over the Cedar Creek Eagles. What a start put together. Started off with this defense only allowing 1 first down for the Eagles on that opening drive of the game, then quickly tightened up, got the ball to their offense, and their offense takes it the distance on their first play from scrimmage, as Zion Hester is the receiver of that opening touchdown.
Only 1 play for this Eastview offense, and man, what a play. Again, 72 yards for Zion Hester. We're used to seeing him run for that amount from scrimmage, but it's pretty rare that he catches a touchdown pass like that. As Reed Honstein is set to kick this ball off back to Cedar Creek.
And back deep for Cedar Creek is number 10, Javon Livingston. And once again, this is a boomer from Honstein, as it's going to go near the back of the end zone and hit down for the touchback. So once again, the Eagles will start at their own 25.
Steven, it is some great weather for football. It really cooled down over the last couple days, ever since that rainstorm on Wednesday night, on Halloween night of all nights. But you don't see the flags blowing all that much on the field. Not a lot of wind here tonight either, so should make for some prime passing conditions.
9:44 to go here in the first quarter. Patriots on top, 7-0. Eagles trying to get going on offense here on their second possession, as it'll be first down and 10 from their own 25. Houston will keep the football and run it up the middle on the option, as he's still on his feet. Speedy down into Patriot territory, trying to outrace the whole team, and finally forced out of bounds inside the 30, taken out at the 28-yard line. And what a run there from Houston.
Started at the 25-yard line, and he almost went 50 yards. They're going to mark him down at the 28, so a 47-yard run by that quarterback on that read option play there. Great job by the Cedar Creek offense.
They'll set up at the Patriot 28, first time in Patriot territory. Houston in shotgun, 2 receivers wide left and 1 down to his right. He's got 2 backs now on each side of him in the backfield. And Houston will take the snap. This time he does hand off, and it is up the middle for about a 5-yard gain. And that was number 9 on the carry, Colton Fitzhugh.
They're going to hurry up here.
Second down and 5, as now they relax to get the call from the sideline. Second and 5 from the Patriot 23. Houston in shotgun will fake the handoff and looking to run. Now looking down the field, and he throws it out of bounds, as he was about to get dropped in the backfield. Pressure put on by number 53, Jordan Hatley, along with Isaiah Knight in the backfield.
Cedar Creek attempted a screen pass, but Eastview had it well covered.
Brings up 3rd down and 5 from the Patriot 23, Houston. In shotgun, 2 receivers to his left, 1 down to his right. And he will roll left, looking down the field, gets hit, and he throws it. It is intercepted. I believe, yes, it is Isaiah Quinton Jackson trying to reverse field, trying to cut up, and spins out of a tackle, and finally brought down near the 25. And Isaiah Quinton Jackson has been a playmaker on defense all season, and that time just stepped in front of the pass on the left side of the field and reversed it on the return to go to the right side of the field. And now the Patriots get the ball back.
I think this defense of Eastview knows how important it is for them to step it up here over the next couple of games, because that's the 4th turnover this Eastview defense has gotten in the last 5 quarters. So they're here to play big-time football.
1st down and 10 from their own 25. Colson looking to throw again. He fires to the left sideline, and it is caught for about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Jeremiah Knight on the receiving end of that catch. He gained 6 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 4 from their own 31. Colson in shotgun will turn and hands it off this time to Hester. Hester with some space up the right hash, and he is brought down a few yards after the 1st down markers. So that'll keep the chains moving for the Patriots.
Simple sweep out to the right side, the long side of the field on that play. That's where Zion Hester does his best work.
1st down and 10 from their own 40. 1 receiver wide on each side. And Colson in shotgun. Hester in the backfield standing to his right. Low snap. Colson gets it down, fires it down the left sideline to Devon Little, who snags it in, still on his feet, but he's going to get dropped at the 22-yard line into Eagle territory, as all the defender could do was just try to hang on to his leg. It was Damian Perez, the sophomore defensive back, on the coverage. But a huge gain as they run quickly now. A handoff to Hester up the middle, up the left sideline, and forced out. Just barely forced him out as he gets to the 17-yard line after about a 5-yard gain. And if he hadn't been forced out, he might have been able to run up the sideline for the score. 2nd down and 5 from the Eagles' 17-yard line. Colson in shotgun, 1 receiver on each side. Hester in the backfield to his right. Colson looking to throw this time. Fires it deep down the field. It's going to fall incomplete as he was aiming for Carlos Ochoa on the right side. But Carlos had been jammed at the line of scrimmage and was unable to break free. And Colson kind of preemptively had thrown it to where he was going to be. A little early.
Carlos Ochoa got tripped up there by Dalen Jackson, the defensive back for Cedar Creek, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't call any pass interference on that play because, I mean, I guess there were legs kind of jamming together, no real arm movement. There wasn't any real prevention of the ball, but Ochoa did get tripped up a little bit.
It'll be 3rd and 5 from the Eagles' 17. Another low snap. Colson gets it down, fires it over on the right side, and short of the 1st down, only gains a couple on the play is Caden Harris, the senior receiver. And that is going to bring up 4th down, so we should see a Honstein field goal attempt here.
This will be a 33-yard attempt. They're marking the ball down at the 16-yard line, so this should be a chip shot for Honstein.
Should try to draw them off sides as they don't, but they do get the good snap and hold down, and Honstein puts it through.
No, he doesn't.
He missed it. From our angle, it kind of looked like he got it through, but he actually did not. So a break for the Eagles there as the Patriots come up empty-handed on that mostly impressive drive.
I'd say that's a huge momentum boost for Cedar Creek because that should have been a chip shot for Honstein. But
yeah,
again,
it definitely had the distance.
You got to think about the weather all week, Steven. It's been really weird, been really hot and humid the first couple of days of the week, and then Wednesday that cold front with the rain blew in, and now it's been pretty peaceful and cold. So I wonder if that has something to do with all the kicking that Honstein has practiced in, all the weather that the quarterbacks have been practicing in. You know, they struggled throwing the ball on both sides last week too.
Yeah, that's true. As it'll be first down and 10 from their own 20. As Houston keeps it once again, rumbles up the middle and gets enough for the first down. Gained 11 on the play. And Cedar Creek is going to keep it moving as it'll be first down and 10 from their own 31. Last possession through an interception. Houston in shotgun, 2 receivers down to his right, 1 up top to his left. Back to throw as Houston now rolls right, fires it down the field, and it is incomplete. Falls out of bounds, and I'm not sure if Houston was trying to throw that away or if he was actually trying to get it to his receiver, Colton Fitzhugh. And Fitzhugh seemed a little irritated at the end of that play, put his arms out in frustration at that throw. But nevertheless, it brings up second down and 10 from their own 31. Eagles still trying to get on the board. 5:43 remaining here in the first quarter with the Patriots on top 7-0. Houston in shotgun, 2 receivers down to his right. He hands off this time and snuffed out perfectly by Stephon Reyes, bringing down the ball carrier for a 3-yard loss, and that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Cedar Creek was trying to get tricky on that play. Houston was trying to roll out, but Stephon Reyes is able to get some great penetration and make that sack.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and 14 from their own 27-yard line. They'll spread the field a little bit here. Houston in shotgun with 3 receivers up top to his left. And he's got his back to his left in the backfield. He'll roll left. Getting pressured now and batted down and falls incomplete. Just kind of swatted out of bounds. And that was Trevon Watts, the man to pressure Houston and not only get him hurried and rattled, but knock the ball away the second he released it as he slapped it out of bounds to bring up 4th down, and we should see a punt here.
Huge defensive play, and absolutely, Steve, in a punting situation. It's 4th and a mile, and you're well in your own territory at about the 30-yard line, the 28-yard line to be exact. You got to punt this ball away and hope that your defense can force some sort of weird miss, kind of like Honstein's missed field goal last drive.
As Isaiah Quinton Jackson will be standing at his 44. This punt, another line drive. It actually bounces over the head of Jackson, who finally picks it up, having a reverse field, now trying to make a man miss and pick up a couple blocks, but is forced just to run out of bounds at just past the 20. An unfortunately high bounce over Jackson's head made that a much more difficult return than it initially seemed it would be, but it's going to be spotted at the 23, and that's where the Patriots will take over.
Not as bad a field position as you would think for Eastview, but we've seen that their offense can move the ball down the field, and they've had a lot of success in their passing game, so they need to utilize that a lot more going forward through the rest of this first quarter.
First down and 10 from their own 23. The handoff is to Hester up the middle, dragging people with him, and finally brought down after an 11-yard pickup. That'll be enough for another Eastview Patriot first down. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10, as another quick pass from Colson to Ochoa. This time they complete it, and he's brought down on the right sideline, just past the 40, taken down at the 42. Bring up 2nd down and 2 and 3.
I do like how Cedar Creek utilizes these digital markers on the sideline. That is easier to read from way over here in the press box.
So it'll be 2nd and 2. Eastview spreading the field now. They get it over on a screen pass to Hester. Hester trying to pick up some blocks. A flag is thrown. This might be coming back anyway. I believe they're going to call Devon Little on a holding of some sort on his block. It was right where he was blocking his defender.
That's unfortunate because that takes Eastview from having a 3rd and 1 situation, 3rd and very short perhaps, to penalty and possibly 3rd and long, depending on what type of penalty they are going to call. And it's holding on Devon Little. And it looks like it is going to be of the 10-yard variety, so a big blow to Eastview. And like I said, 3rd and short becomes 3rd and long almost instantly.
It'll replay 2nd down, so 2nd down and 12, and the pass is caught over on the right hash as he rumbles forward, and that is enough. They pick up all 11 yards and then some as Caden Harris with the clutch catch and moves the chains.
Jackson Colson is really spreading the ball out over the field tonight. That's one of many different receivers to catch a pass tonight so far.
1st down and 10 from the 49, and they hand it off up the middle. Picks up about 4 on the carry is Hester.
Eastview now in Cedar Creek territory. The ball will be marked down at about the Cedar Creek 47.
2nd down and 6 from the 47. This time Colson keeps it and runs up the middle and gets spun down for about another 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
And they marked him down about the 44-yard line, so it's 3rd down and 3 for the Patriots.
We haven't seen Colson run a whole lot this season, but he does have the legs to do it. So it'll bring up 3rd and 3 from the Eagle 44, and they hand it off on the sweep route and up the right sideline and finding some space, still on his feet and being dragged down out of bounds inside the 15, and they mark him down all the way. I think they're going to mark him at the 10-yard line. It was D.K. Little coming from the slot left. Pre-snap ran to the ball, and Colson was able to hand it to him on the sweep, and he found some daylight.
He got some great blocks from not only the Eastview offensive line, but also the receiving corps. Carlos Ochoa over there, allowing for D.K. Little to pick up a little extra.
They're actually going to say he stepped out earlier. They're going to say he stepped out at the 25. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Eagle 25. Handoff to Hester up the middle, juking and dashing his way to another 6 yards. He's looked sharp tonight. Already has that touchdown reception, the lone touchdown for the Patriots. And this time, he's brought down in the backfield by Cade Harris and Ashton Figueroa, thank you, Travis. It is a loss on the play, about a 2-yard loss. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 from the Eagle 23-yard line. That's a big 3rd down here. I'm not sure they're going to trust Honstein's leg from this distance after missing on the last attempt on the last possession. This time they empty the backfield. Colson looking to throw, fires down the middle, and it is knocked away, falls incomplete. Good defense by the Eagles. I believe it was Javon Livingston out there who knocked the ball away. It might have been Aaron Perales out there. No, it was Livingston who was able to bat it down, and now a decision is...
Honstein is out on the field, and this will be a 40-yard attempt.
So they're going to give him another shot. It's a little bit longer than his last kick, which he missed. This is going to kick it from the 30, and early movement as pre-snap. Flags are thrown, and I'm not sure if the defense jumped or if the offensive line moved.
I think
it's a huge call here.
I think it was Eastview's line that moved first. At least that's what I saw out of my peripheral vision. And Reed Honstein seems to think so as well. He's already stepping back 5 yards, but the referees, oh no, they've made a ruling.
And it is against the defense. So that'll move them 5 yards closer. Good for Honstein.
They're going to leave Honstein out. This becomes a 35-yard field goal attempt, so 2 yards longer than his missed 33. And I think Eastview's going to think this one over. They might be going for it here on 4th and 3. The play clock, no one's called a timeout yet. The play clock is continuing to tick, but Eastview is huddling up on the sideline. Under 10 seconds to go now, and there's the official with the signal for the timeout, Eastview. So that was not good right there, Stephen.
Yeah, that took a while for the refs to call. I'm not sure what was going on, but nevertheless, the Patriots do call a timeout with a decision to make here on 4th and 3 from the Eagle 18-yard line. And it does look like the offense is going to come back on the field to try to convert here on 4th down. And I like this decision. I know you want to give Honstein another shot and see if he can get his confidence back, but after that penalty before the snap to get an extra 5 yards, it makes it a 4th and short. And I like the decision to go for it. If you don't get it, they're still backed up on their 18. Why not? Early in this ball game.
I agree, Stephen. You got to go for it here.
4th and 3, and it's a direct snap to Hester, who runs up the middle and is brought down. It's close, but the initial marking is that it is past the marker, and it is going to be a conversion. 1st down, Patriots, as they just get enough.
That was an excellent play call, too, because they directly snapped the ball to Hester. He knew exactly where to go.
Colson in shotgun with one receiver wide on each side. 1st down and 10 from the Eagle 14-yard line. Little wide left with Ochoa wide right. They're going to throw it to Little on the left side, and it is dropped by Devon Little. Falls incomplete as he was in a good position and leaped up, and it fell right into his arms, but he was just unable to haul it in.
I believe that was Davion Clark on the coverage there. I'm sorry, that was Colton Fitzhugh.
It brings up 2nd down and 10 from the Eagle 14. This time they hand it off to Hester, who gets hit hard after a 3-yard run. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I'd like to see Eastview go back to some of those fade routes to Devon Little, because when he gets a man one-on-one in coverage, he typically will have that man beat. And the man covering Devon Little right now is Damian Perez. So 3rd time's the charm getting that name right. Hard to see these Cedar Creek numbers. They're black jerseys with very dark blue numbers.
This could be the last play of the 1st quarter, under 10 seconds to go. 3rd down and 7. As they'll empty the backfield now. Colson looking to throw, pumps, and then is spun down and brought down for the sack. He loses about 5 yards and brings up 4th down.
Cedar Creek brought a bit of a delayed blitz on that play, and Jackson Colson just held onto the ball for too long. I think he was hoping for one of his receivers to get open inside of the end zone for him to make an easy toss. And that is the end of the 1st quarter, Stephen.
Yep, and at the end of 1, we have your score: Patriots 7, Eagles nothing. And it's interesting that they actually, after that sack on the last play, they end up pretty much back to where they were before the 4th down conversion. Actually, I think they're a yard further back than they were on the 4th down conversion when they decided to go for it instead of the Honstein kick. So I would assume on 4th and 15 they're going to send Honstein out one more time.
Yeah, this becomes a 36-yard field goal attempt. So, around the distance that Honstein has either kicked or we thought he was going to kick from before penalties. And I think you have to try him one last time on this one, Steven, because it's 4th and 15. You don't have a shot at getting a penalty to get you closer to that line of scrimmage again where you can run Zion Hester to get a first down. I think you got to put your faith in Honstein, and it looks like that is what Eastview is going to do. They're going to give him a second chance here.
It's a good snap, good hold. Ochoa gets it down, and the kick is good from Honstein. So they give him a chance to redeem himself after the missed field goal early in the first quarter, and he makes it true here on the first play of the second quarter. So with 11:54 remaining until halftime, your score, Eastview 10, Cedar Creek 0.
And another reminder for everyone listening, I feel bad, Stephen, because we haven't exactly been talking about the district standings over the last couple of weeks, but it really is crunch time now with only this game and next week's games remaining in the regular season. And there are about 5 teams angling for 2 different playoff positions, and the problem is that Eastview is playing 2 of those teams while also being one of those teams. They're playing Cedar Creek tonight, of course, and then Elgin is right behind Cedar Creek, Bastrop, and Eastview, and Eastview gets them at home next week. And again, Stephen, I don't think we mentioned this during the pregame, but Cedar Creek and Elgin are both teams that Eastview got lost to last season. There was a last-second victory by Cedar Creek in this very stadium against Eastview back in September of 2017, and of course Elgin dominating Eastview at home last year. So Eastview needs to watch out. I think it was a good call to give Honstein that field goal and go up 10-0 because you need all the points you can get on the road, especially when you're angling for a playoff position.
As the kickoff is fair caught, so they will get it at the 25. Will the Eagles trying to score some points for the first time tonight? They've had some success on the quarterback keeper as Houston has done well with his legs. He struggled to throw the ball so far tonight. But it'll be 1st down and 10 from their own 25. Houston in shotgun. 2 receivers down to his left, 1 up top to his right. And Houston takes the snap and fakes the handoff, and this time he is spun around and unable to bring him down in the backfield, but he does get back to the line of scrimmage. He may have gained a yard or maybe just got back. An impressive move by Houston to avoid the sack, kind of spin out of it, but doesn't get very much as it brings up 2nd and 9.
Gave a lot of effort and ran east and west. Couldn't quite get that north and south running, though, and that's what matters.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 from their own 26-yard line. Houston in shotgun with 2 receivers down to his left and 1 up to his right, and he will turn and hand it off this time and plugging up the middle and brought down. They're going to mark him at the 29 for a short gain and brings up 3rd down.
Gain of 3 out to the 29-yard line. 3rd down.
Another big 3rd down in a series for them for both sides. Cedar Creek needing to get a 1st down and try to maintain some of this momentum. Eastview just needing to stop.
Hester is in on defense. He lines up at corner on the bottom on our side to guard the wide receiver as they're going to roll left. Houston looking to throw and fires it at the feet. actually well short of the feet of his intended receiver. It was Clay Binklerick who was intended, and it falls incomplete to bring up 4th down.
Great defensive coverage by the Patriots, forcing Houston to roll out to the left side, and he couldn't find anybody open, so he made a desperation throw, and that's bringing up this punting situation. Isaiah Quentin Jackson is back to return at about the 40, Stephen, and we've seen him take kickoffs to the house. You know, he's itching to return a punt.
And this is a punt that goes off the side of his foot and immediately goes out of bounds. Very short punt is going to be already in Eagle territory. And the Patriots will have excellent field position.
Looks like they're going to mark that punt down at about the 40-yard line, and they will. So that was an 11-yard punt by Cedar Creek, and they have just not gotten off to the start tonight that they've wanted to, especially when they're fighting for one of these remaining 2 playoff spots as well.
So 1st down and 10 from the Eagle 40. Low snap. Colson gets it down, looking to throw, and has a hole up the middle. He's going to take off and run through it and slides down after a 8-yard run. Nice play by Colson. The pocket was collapsing. No one was open down the field, and it just kind of opened up in the middle. He took off and ran. Good decision as he picks up 7. 2nd down and 3 now from the Eagle 33. They hand it off to Hester. Spins around and gets brought down, maybe gained a yard. We'll bring up 3rd and short.
3rd and manageable, and Eastview really needs this 1st down because you're in no man's land. You'll have to go for it if you get to 4th down.
3rd and 2 from the Eagle 32. Colson in shotgun. Fakes the handoff, throws quickly to Devon Little, and it's Ochoa rather, who catches it and just gets tackled, tripped up by the ankles. A shoestring tackle there, saving the touchdown. He was about to break loose after the spin, but it does pick up the 1st down.
Huge 1st down there for Ochoa.
1st down and 10 from the 17, and deep into the end zone for Colson. There's a flag on the play. I don't think he got his feet in bounds. I didn't see a signal from a ref, but there is a flag anyway, so we'll see what the call is.
Well, they went for a fade route to Devon Little, and it looked to me like Little made the catch, but it was on the far side of the field, and looks like they are going to at least call some sort of penalty.
And it is a touchdown for the Patriots as he got his feet down. An excellent throw. Perfect placement by Colson, and Little's able to bring it in. It was 2 penalties on the play. There was an offsides and a defensive pass interference, but obviously they get declined. And on the 2-point conversion attempt, Colson rushes it in himself as the Patriots are now up 18-0 with 8:49 remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
That was the kind of quick, vicious play call we've been harping on Coach Davies about throughout the season, Stephen, because Eastview was able to pick up that 1st down, got the ball to the 17-yard line, and immediately went to hurry-up offense, snapped the ball. Jackson Colson immediately threw the arch to Devon Little, another fade route to the left side, and we were worried that Devon Little might not have gotten both of his feet in bounds to make that catch, but he did, and the referees called pass interference as well, a couple of penalties by Cedar Creek's defense. And Eastview is on a roll right now with 8:49 remaining in the 1st half. But again, Stephen, last week notwithstanding, Eastview has had that problem all season of taking big leads, double-digit leads into halftime and then giving them up, especially on the road. It's happened the last 2 times that the Patriots have played on the road. So you got to think that that's in the back of their heads and hopefully not affecting their focus on this ball game.
And it's going to be fielded now at the 4-yard line and electing to run for it and getting dropped near the 15 is the return man. I believe it was Javon Livingston, and he probably should have just fair caught it as they mark it at the 16. Good coverage put together by the special teams unit for the Patriots.
Honestly, Steven, with these new kickoff rules in high school football, if I'm a coach, I'm telling all of my return men to make the fair catch, because the chances are you're going to get better field position than if you try to return it.
As that is evident there, as it'll be Houston in shotgun. 1st and 10 from his own 16. 2 wide receivers down to his left, 1 up top to his right. Houston surveys the defense, now takes a snap, looking to throw. He's going to roll left and just fires it out of bounds as he was getting pressured.
Looked to me like Houston got hit as he threw the ball. He was looking for, I believe his intended target was Ty Pruitt. But it looked like one of the Eastview defenders got in there and knocked his arm.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 from their own 16. Houston struggling to find a rhythm so far. Good job of this defense to keep him on his toes. 2nd down and 10 from his own 16. 2 receivers wide left, and they hand it off, and immediately brought down behind the line is the back, and I believe on the tackle was Christian Cortez.
That was indeed big Christian Cortez. Steven just got some great penetration and made the wrap-up tackle. That's what's the most important. He threw that poor ball carrier to the ground.
Goes down as a 3-yard loss and brings up 3rd and 13 from their own 14. Houston once again taking his time, getting the play call from the sideline. 2 receivers down to his left, 1 up top to his right, as Houston rolls right this time, stops and fires a bullet as it is caught, but he's short of the 1st down, caught on the right sideline. And he got near the 25, maybe just past it, but it does bring up 4th down. And deep in their own territory, Cedar Creek is going to once again have to punt.
I don't quite think the Eastview team wants to give up so soon on this drive. 4th and 1. I almost say you risk it and go for it, but Cedar Creek is going to end up punting the ball away.
Yeah, I mean, you're down 18. Why not? But they are going to elect to punt it, as the punter held it for a long time before he let go. Jackson muffs the punt. Thankfully, was able to kind of grab it and slide out of bounds before Cedar Creek could act on it. Unfortunate break there, as they will start just outside the 45 in Patriot territory.
Well, that was a rugby-style punt by that punter, and typically you hold on to it for a while to run time off the clock, but with 7 minutes left before halftime, I'm not really sure what the goal of that was.
Yeah, or sometimes, you know, the punter kind of runs to get a running start before he kicks it, but that time he was just kind of like walking in place and holding the football, and then finally it almost looked like he was surveying the defense to see if he could throw it, but then it ultimately punted it, as on 1st down it's a handoff, or as Little gets to the left side and picks up nothing, or picks up 3, as it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 42-yard line. Colson hands off, this time up the middle to Hester, and Hester can't get very far. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, they're starting to Cedar Creek's defense is starting to recognize these Eastview formations and when they're going to hand the ball off to Hester up the middle. And I think they need to start utilizing that play action a little bit more because they've had all their success, or for the most part, through the air tonight, has Eastview. Third and 7 here.
Colson back to throw and fires on the comeback route too little, and it is caught and past the marker and out of bounds is Devon Little. Good route run and good recognition to get past the line before cutting back. And we've seen that a lot all season from Colson to Little on that route.
Love those comeback routes.
First down and 10 in right at the 50 as Colson hands it off this time to Hester, trying to bounce outside and dives forward. A nice effort at the last second to get a couple more yards as he picks up 3 on the carry and brings up second down and 7.
Hester trying to sweep left, but again, Cedar Creek caught him. Couldn't quite allow Hester to get past the edge, and Eastview has a chance to get onto the Cedar Creek side of the field now.
As they just make it there. Second down and 8 from the 48, and Colson is swallowed up immediately. And it's going to go down as a sack and about a 5-6 yard loss to make this a 3rd and long. Colson really with no chance to do a whole lot as the pressure got there almost immediately.
One of the O-linemen, I believe it was the right guard, missed his block entirely. Jordan Espinosa came in to try to pick up the slack, but there were already 2 defenders on Jackson Colson.
3rd and 14. They're back in Patriot territory after the sack. Ball on their own 46. Colson in shotgun, 2 receivers on each side. And Colson looking to throw, drops back, surveying the field. It is over the head, intended for DK Little. And I'm not sure he would have been able to do a whole lot. He had a man trailing him right behind him, and Colson just kind of overthrew him in anticipation. As it falls incomplete, and the Patriots will have to punt.
Yeah, DK Little was situated at about the original line of scrimmage, so had he made that catch, he might have gotten 4th and 8 maybe. And the problem there was that Jackson Colson didn't lead DK Little on that pass. He tried to throw over DK Little's head and make him make a jumping catch, but both of them were in no situation to do what they wanted to do.
And the punt by Honstein is a nice one as it bounces inside the 15, is picked up by Livingston, and he's dropped almost immediately as they're going to mark this at the 13.5 yard line. And it's going to be Cedar Creek football. With 4:17 remaining here in the second quarter, Patriots on top 18-0. Cedar Creek just trying to get something going before halftime. First down and 10 from their own 14. Houston in trouble, now takes off and makes something positive out of it, leaping over defender and spins over another one and is very close to the first down as he does pick it up. 10-yard run there and impressive moves by Houston.
Cedar Creek has had a lot of success with these read option plays and Hunter Houston holding on to the ball. I'm kind of surprised they haven't utilized those more.
First down and 10 from their own 25. And Houston with 3 receivers wide to his right, 1 down to his left. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Quick route to the back on the right side, and he just barely gets past the line of scrimmage and running out of bounds. I think it was Livingston on the catch. Once again, these numbers are hard to see for the Cedar Creek Eagles as they have the dark jerseys, dark numerals on there.
You'll be able to see this in the video replay uploaded about midnight, but they're wearing colors that the Duke Blue Devil football team would normally wear, just really dark blue and black.
After the 2-yard catch, brings up second down and 8 from their own 27-yard line. Houston with 3 receivers down to his left, 1 up to his right, and he fires across the middle. It's almost intercepted. It falls incomplete as DK Little was unable to bring it in. He had his arms outstretched to snag it, and it just kind of fell off his hands.
I know DK Little wishes he had that one back because he jumped that route perfectly. He had the ball in his hands. He just, you know, he gripped about a split second too early and just couldn't hold on to the ball.
And I think Houston just never saw him cutting across. It was excellent play recognition by DK Little. However, it does bring up a 3rd and 8. Houston looking to throw, and he fires across the middle, and this one is on target, but it's dropped as it falls incomplete, intended for Livingston. And he's a playmaker, one of their playmakers, but dropped that one when they needed it, and it's going to bring up a punting situation for the Eagles.
Yeah, and Livingston was fairly open on that play, too, on that slant route, and probably could have gotten at least close to the first down marker. But, you know, if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, you know the saying.
As the punt is away, it's a much better punt this time. It actually goes over the head of Jackson and takes a terrific Eagle bounce as Jackson has to backpedal. He picks it up, and they're going to not give him the return. They're going to mark it where the ball where he picked it up at the 13. So, did he call a fair catch as he was running backwards?
He might have called a fair catch before, well, the ball was in the air.
Yeah.
That's typically what they will do in that situation, although I don't see a flag on the field. Usually that is accompanied by a flag. Oh, there's the flag right where the referees are conferring.
They just threw it as you said that. He kind of dropped it out of his pocket as the refs huddle.
So, yeah, that's probably exactly what happened. Isaiah Quentin Jackson signaled for the fair catch at one point and ultimately ended up running after the ball bounced on the ground. And that still, you make that fair catch, you wave your arm, and that's it. So that should cost Eastview 5 yards, I believe it is. So they'll have 2 minutes, 37 seconds to just about go the length of the field.
And you're right on, Travis. It is a 5-yard penalty. So with 2:37 remaining until halftime, Patriots with the ball on their own 8. First down and 10. Colson in shotgun, one receiver on each side. He'll hand it off to Hester, trying to find the left sideline and just forced to go out of bounds after a 2-yard gain. That stops the clock with 2:31, Travis.
They tried to send Hester on a short sideline sweep, and Hester just had no room to operate.
They only gave him one, so it brings up second. No, they did give him 2. Second down and 8 from their own 10. Colson in shotgun, one receiver on each side. Takes a snap, looking to throw, and fires to Devon Little, who gets near a first down and forced out of bounds. It's going to be just shy. It's going to be 3rd and inches.
I think you do another one of those direct snaps to Zion Hester here for Eastview.
Oh, they actually switched the call. Yeah, they initially said 3rd down. They're going to give him the first down, and this time it's Hester up the middle. Another 2-yard run on first down. Brings up 2nd down and 8 as they get to the 20, their own 20. Eastview holding the 18-point lead, pitching a shutout so far. Under 2 minutes now to go here until halftime. Colson in shotgun will fake the handoff to Hester, throws it down the field, and it is incomplete. Intended for Ochoa, streaking down the right sideline, and Colson had to rush that throw after the play action. He was pretty close to the line of scrimmage and had people coming at him, and Ochoa hadn't just quite reached his break from his route yet. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 from their own 20. Colson in shotgun, now 2 receivers wide on each side. Hester standing at his right. Colson rolling right, dodges a tackler and fires it across the middle. It is caught by Devon Little, trying to find that right sideline, and does, and he steps out of bounds near the 40 as they mark him out at the 39-yard line. Excellent patience by Jackson Colson to hang in the pocket and deliver a strike to Little across the middle. As a new formation, the empty backfield now. Colson looking to throw down the left sideline. It is intercepted and finally brought down at the 40. Ill-advised throw by Colson as it is intercepted by none other than Javon Livingston on defense. He's been playing both sides of the ball, and he gives the ball back to Cedar Creek with 1:29 to go until halftime.
I saw the formation. They had 3 receivers lined up on top of each other. Eastview did on offense, and only one Cedar Creek defender over in that area. You got to think the odds are against Cedar Creek there, but the one guy there that you don't want to throw the ball to winds up intercepting the ball. And, man, I think that was just a mistimed throw by Jackson Colson there.
One of the few mistakes he's made really this season. He had an interception last week, and it's uncharacteristic of him. They'll be first down and 10 from their own 42. Houston looking to throw, and it is incomplete. Well short of his intended receiver, running across the middle, and it brings up second down and 10 with 1:25 to go here in the second quarter.
Second down.
And if you're Cedar Creek, I think now is the time when you can get a little creative in your play calling. Only 1:25 to work with before halftime, but you're being shut out on your own home turf. Why not get a little fancy, have some fun?
Second and 10 from their own 42. And, yeah, I mean, not a whole lot has worked for them, so why not open up the playbook before halftime and see what happens. It'll be second and 10 from their own 42, 2 receivers wide on each side. Houston back to throw. Gets pressured, rolls left, and he's going to take off and run. He's got a lot of space in front of him, gets to the 50, and runs out of bounds. He had Quentin Jackson about to lay the wood on him as he escapes out of bounds and gets about 8. He's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
That was a great run by Houston. He saw none of his receivers were open, but he had a whole lot of open space on the left side.
3rd down and 2. Ball right on midfield. And Houston in shotgun with 3 receivers wide to his right, 1 down to his left. 1:16 to go here in the second quarter. Cedar Creek trying to get on the board before halftime. Patriots trying to bring pressure, and it's picked up well nicely by the Eagles as Houston picks up the first down and is brought down right at the 44. Got caught up from behind. That is enough for the first down as they're in Patriot territory. Clock continuing to tick at 55 seconds. Houston looking to throw, fires across the middle, is caught and tumbling down and brought down at the 31. I believe it was Caden Harris or no, it was Dalton Love on the coverage, and brings up it. Results in another first down. 35 seconds to go until halftime. Houston, first down and 10. Houston escapes pressure, has all day in front of him, and is brought down once again by Jackson, coming from his safety spot to bring down the quarterback. But Houston using his legs once again to escape the pocket and find green grass in front of him as he picks up another first down and gets it all the way to the 17-yard line, and the Eagles are forced to take a timeout. They have 2 remaining, 27 seconds until halftime. Both teams with 2 remaining timeouts, and pretty good execution so far in this 2-minute drive by the Eagles, Travis.
Yeah, I think if you're Eastview, though, you need to start putting a spy on Hunter Houston because Eastview's done a great job of defending the coverage down the field and also getting some great pressure on Houston. The problem is he's got the middle of the field or the entire left side of the field open to scramble a little bit, and if he can get out of there, he's picking up a solid 7, 8, 9 yards, sometimes even first downs, and that's how Cedar Creek has been able to march down the field so quick. And they're knocking on the door. Eastview's not careful. They could give up some points before halftime.
27 seconds here in the second quarter left. Patriots on top 18-0. Cedar Creek trying to get something positive before halftime. First down and 10 from the Patriots 17-yard line. Houston in shotgun. One receiver wide to his right. 3 down to the left. He looks left. Now gets pressured. Escapes once again. Has all day in front of him. Fires down the field and is at the feet of his receiver. Falls incomplete. Once again, a short throw by Houston on the run. He had a man open in the back of the end zone. And it brings up second down. That took a chunk of time off the clock. 19 seconds now to go.
You can't really fault Houston for that throw because if you've ever tried, Steven, it's very hard to run and throw a football at the same time. You got to have the timing down perfectly to be able to get off your good foot, your strong foot, and make that throw accurate.
Yeah, I think it was intended for Ty Pruitt, as it'll be second down and 10 from the Patriots 17. Houston looking to throw again. This time it is dropped in the end zone by Livingston. His second huge drop in a crucial moment. It was Justin Henry on the coverage. He had beat Henry, and one of the better throws we've seen from Houston as he laid it right in his breadbasket. And once again, Livingston just unable to bring it in. That would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, I couldn't tell from our vantage point if it was just a bad catch. He couldn't quite get a grip on the ball, or if Justin Henry was able to knock it loose. But either way, Eastview is saved and continues their shutout. Third
down and 10 from the Patriots 17. Houston gets pressured, heaves it down the field, and it is off the fingertips and falls incomplete. A break for this Patriot defense, as it was Pruitt he's the intended receiver and unable to haul it in. Devon Little out there playing corner with the coverage, and with 8 seconds here left until halftime, Cedar Creek is forced to attempt a pretty tough field goal.
This will be a 34-yarder.
It's nearly blocked, but somehow he gets it off and gets it through. So the shutout is no more, as Cedar Creek gets on the board. And with 3 seconds to go until halftime, your score, Patriots 18, Eagles 3.
Well, Eastview's defense, the shutout streaks ends at 5 quarters, and they were 3 seconds away from making it 6 quarters. Again, they beat Weiss 42-0 last week, and if there's one positive to take away from that drive, Steven, it's that the Eastview defense did not give up a touchdown, because there were 3 chances that Cedar Creek got pretty close to scoring on pass plays into the end zone, but by sheer fate or great defense, you be the judge, Eastview was able to knock those balls away and prevent the catches from being made inside the end zone. And so you got to at least maintain that positivity. You'll more than likely, I should say, take a 15-point lead into halftime. So the defense at least still has something to feel good about.
We should see a squib kick here from Nathaniel Salas, as he just converted on the field goal attempt. 3 seconds to go until halftime. Salas set to kick this one away. And it's a nice squib. It goes deep and is fielded at the 26 by Little, who's trying to find some space up the right sideline. A flag is thrown, actually multiple flags, and he's brought down at the 32. There's 2 flags on the play, so we can't quite go to halftime, but I have a feeling it's not going to matter. I believe at least one of these are against the Patriots, as it is.
Holding on Eastview, so Cedar Creek will decline, and that brings us to halftime.
Yep, with your score, Patriots 18, Eagles 3.
Well, hold on now. Eastview, Coach Davies is on the field with the rest of his team, and the referees are signaling for Cedar Creek to return to the field.
Cedar Creek was over a halfway jog to their locker room, and the ref had declared that it was halftime. He declared that the penalty was against the Patriots and that it was declined and that it was halftime. And Davies argued something. We'll get the call from the ref.
Correction. We had offsides on the kicking team. We had holding on the receiving team. 1 in time down.
So offsetting penalties, that's what Coach Davies was arguing. I think maybe the referees, Stephen, you pointed out that there were multiple flags on the field. I wonder if the head umpire just kind of forgot about that second one.
Yeah, there was 2 flags thrown. He only brought up 1 penalty. I just figured the second one must have also been against the Patriots, and he didn't feel the need to mention it as they both would have been declined and we would have been going to halftime. But it was one against the Eagles. It was an offsides penalty on the kick. So good job by Davies to plead his case and get another shot with zeros on the board here in the second quarter.
Well, they said there was 1 untimed down remaining, but it looks as if Cedar Creek is going to just re-kick the ball.
Yeah, they would have to replay the play that had the offsetting penalties, which would be this kickoff. So Salas probably going to squib it one more time, as that is what he does, and it is blocked, and then just falling down on it is Jordan Espinosa. So no return, and now that will be the end of the second quarter. So now it is actually halftime with your score: Patriots 18, Cedar Creek 3. Here on homecoming night for Cedar Creek. And Travis, thoughts on the first half?
Well, Eastview looked pretty dominant for the majority of the game, at least. Really the only flaw you can say is that Jackson Colson threw that 1 interception pretty late in the second quarter. But outside of that, it's just been all Eastview. The defense has been playing very well. Isaiah Quentin Jackson picking up an interception of his own. So both teams end up at -1, or at 0, I should say, in the turnover department. And that passing game for Eastview, that's just been really what the main show has been all about tonight. Zion Hester, the first play from scrimmage for Eastview tonight. Zion Hester made the catch, went all the way into the end zone for a touchdown, 72 yards. And Eastview's other touchdown scored tonight was a 17-yard pass to Devon Little on a fade route. And factor in 1 2-point conversion and then another Reed Honstein field goal. And that one was from 36 yards out. He missed a 33-yard field goal attempt, too. So Eastview potentially could have a 21-3 lead here at halftime. But either way, Eastview playing very well tonight, Stephen. But, again, the curse of the road games in the 2018 football season has one more half to rear its ugly head. So I know that if it's in the back of our minds, Stephen, it's probably in the back of the players' minds. It's probably in the back of the coaches' minds. They've just got to take this halftime. It looks like it's going to be an extended halftime because of Cedar Creek homecoming celebrations and ceremonies. So a little extra time to talk things over and think about how the defense is going to improve, think about how the offense is going to improve, and see how you can try to prevent a second-half shutout for the Eagles.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, that's what I keep thinking. Going into the halftime, going into the locker room with an 18-3 lead, it's not uncommon, it's not unfamiliar for the Patriots to take such a lead into halftime, especially here on the road. And it's going to come down to them playing their game and playing just as hard in the second half and execute just as well as they did in this first half. And that is something that we have not seen, especially on the road so far this season. They've yet to win a game on the road, but they've had very good opportunities to do so. Just playing with big leads and coming out after halftime feeling a little too good about themselves. And squandering it away. So you know that's what Coach Davies and the rest of the coaching staff is telling his team right now in the locker room, that they're going to have to not let that happen and try to get their first win on the road this season, and they're in their last opportunity to, as we have tonight and next week back at home for the last regular season game of this season, and chance at the playoffs on the line. As probably talked enough here over the pan, we're gonna turn it over to the field and let you enjoy these halftime performances here from Cedar Creek on their homecoming night. And enjoy halftime, everybody. We'll be back with second half action. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football live on SHNSports.com.
Senior Lieutenant Jackie Adams. First Lieutenant Madison Rand. And Captain Peyton Russell. Sparkler social officers are Emma Aguirre, Samantha Vidales, and Head Social Officer Erica Pineda. Sparkler of the Week is Anne-Marie Raleigh. Tonight, the Sparklers present a short military routine to hand clap. Take the field, Sparklers. Let's hear it for your Sparklers. The Sparklers are under the direction of Tracy Melendez. She is assisted by Stephanie Fisher. The Sparklers manager is Viviana Perez. This year's Eastview Patriot Band show is entitled Criminal. The show is arranged by Daniel Thar Jr. and features the music of Fiona Apple, Justin Timberlake, Hans Zimmer, David Arnold, and Michael Price. Here with soloists Brendan Hampton on euphonium, Isabel Lada on trombone, and Alex Alford on flute. Let's welcome them with a tremendous round of applause. Oscar Menchaca, and Christopher Milton, I proudly present to you the Eastview Band from Patriot Land. Let's hear it, Bastrop, Texas, for the Eastview Patriot Band. The band leadership would like to recognize these members for their outstanding contributions this week. Woodwood member of the week is Carla Arista. Brass member of the week is Elias Rivera. Percussion member of the week is Kyla Mead. Section of the week is the Pit Crew Parents. Directors of the Eastview Patriot Band are Jesus Torres, Matt Mooring, Spencer Garrettson, and Gabe Cruz. With assistance from Christian Gray, Paul Nye, Nisa Parra, and Eddie Tucker. Other Eastview Associated band staff include Rachel Butler, Jeff Owen, Claire Trowbridge, and Doria White. The band is sponsored by St. David's Georgetown, Visiting Angels, and Cody Pools.
I've literally made a post. I've even direct your attention to the middle of the field for the presentation of the Cedar Creek High School 2018 Homecoming Court. We will begin with the freshman Dukes and Duchesses. Freshman Duchess, Carla Acevedo. Carla is escorted by her mother, Josefina Lopez, and her best friend, Celeste Barros Rios. Carla is involved with theater, band, volleyball, track, and soccer at CCHS. Carla Acevedo. Freshman Duchess, Camry Masters. Camry is escorted by her parents, Erica and Chase Masters. At Cedar Creek, Camry participates in basketball, volleyball, track, and student council. She is also involved with activities at her church. Camry Masters. Freshman Duke, Michael Edwards. Michael is escorted by his parents, John and Mandy Edwards. Michael plays football at CCHS and plans to participate in basketball and track and field. He was also a member of NJHS. Michael Edwards. Freshman Duke, Carlton Talley. Carlton is escorted by his guardian, Connie McDonald, and his aunt, Michelle Alexander. Carlton plans to participate in basketball, track, and UIL at CCHS. He is a member of the AV Honor Roll and is involved in church activities. Carlton Talley. And now for the sophomores. Sophomore Duchess, Alondra Alvarez. Alondra is escorted by her mother, Maria Martinez. She is a member of the marching band, Spanish club, cheerleading, ballet folklorico, and the National Honor Society. Alondra Alvarez. Sophomore Duchess, Andrea Ruiz. She is escorted by her mother, Sofia Masato, and her brother, Sebastian Macedo. Andrea currently participates in drill team and ballet folklorico. As a freshman, she was a CCHS cheerleader, and she used to be a competitive all-star cheerleader. Andrea Ruiz. Sophomore Duke, Logan Latouf. Logan is escorted by his mothers, Cynthia Hicks and Vicki Lehman. Logan spends his time playing football and chilling. Logan Latouf. Sophomore Duke, Ty Pruitt. Ty is escorted by his mother, Jill Pruitt, and his sister, Kirsten Pruitt. Ty is a member of the CCHS varsity football team. Ty Pruitt. Now we have the junior Dukes and Duchesses. Junior Duchess, Daniela Trejo Martinez. She is escorted by her cousin, Sebastian Barone. At CCHS, Daniela is a member of PALS and Ballet Folklorico. She was previously part of the HOSA and the choir. Outside of school, she is a photographer. Danielle Trejo Martinez. Junior Duchess, Joycelyn Medina. She is escorted by her brother, Alfredo Medina. Joycelyn loves to sing and is involved with choir, student council, Spanish club, and organizations with her church. Joycelyn Medina. Junior Duke, Reggie Smith. Reggie is escorted by his aunt, Phyllis Haynes. At Cedar Creek, Reggie plays football and competes in track and powerlifting. Reggie also works at the Hyatt. Reggie Smith. And Junior Duke, Benjamin White. He is escorted by his sister, Taylor White. Benjamin plays golf for CCHS and is involved with Student Council, the National Honor Society, and the engineering program. He also spends time volunteering. Benjamin White. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the senior class of 2018 Princes and Princesses. Here are your nominees for Homecoming Queen. Callie Barch. Callie is escorted by her mother and stepfather, Jennifer and Danielle Rivera. At Cedar Creek, Callie is the Community Service Chair for both the National Honor Society and Student Council. She is also part of the Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy and is an intern at Foundation Christian Ministries. After graduation, Callie plans to attend the University of Mary Hardin Baylor to major in Christian counseling and minor in business. She aims to be the hands and feet of Jesus and hopes to leave a legacy of spreading love and radiating positivity wherever she goes. Princess Callie Barch. Taylor Ivory Stewart. Taylor is escorted by her father and brother, Angela and William Stewart. Taylor plays soccer for both CCHS and Fusion. She is a member of the Black History Month program and National Honor Society. Taylor is the secretary for Smart James and co-founder of African American Leadership Club. After high school, Taylor plans to attend Prairie View A&M University and then wants to travel abroad and experience new places, new people, and different cultures. Princess Taylor Stewart. Madeline Terrazas. Madeline is escorted by her father and brother, Edward and Eddie Terrazas. She is the senior class president, varsity cheer captain, and student council secretary. Madeline is a member of the National Honor Society and is a Fanstand ATX reporter. After graduation, she plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin to major in audiology or communication sciences and disorders. Princess Madeline Terrazas. Mariana Zuniga. Mariana is escorted by her mother and sister, Marnie and Triana Zuniga. At CCHS, she participates in UIL academics, American Heritage Curls, softball, yearbook, and student council. After high school, Mariana plans to attend college to study engineering. Princess Mariana Zuniga. And now the nominees for Homecoming King. Hayden Chance. Hayden is escorted by his mother, Tanya Chance. He is a member of the National Honor Society and the CCHS Drumline. He was previously a member of HOSA. Next year, Hayden plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin to major in business management. Prince Hayden Chance. Trevor Fawn. Trevor is escorted by his parents, Tiffany Weber and Chris Fawn. Trevor plays baseball at Cedar Creek. After graduation, he hopes to play baseball in college and pursue a medical degree. Prince Trevor Fawn. Edgar Gonzalez. Edgar is escorted by his parents, Margarita and Raimundo Gonzalez. At CCHS, Edgar plays soccer and is a member of student council. He also works and is involved with his church. Next year, Edgar plans to pursue a degree in business management and start stacking bread. Prince Edgar Gonzalez. Jose Trinidad Hernandez. Jose is escorted by his sister, Marieta Hernandez. After leaving Cedar Creek, he hopes to live the best of his remaining lifetime. Prince Jose Trinidad Hernandez. And now, we would like to present the 2018 Cedar Creek High School Homecoming King and Queen. This year's Homecoming King is Edgar Gonzalez. And this year's Homecoming Queen, Madeline Terrazas. Congratulations to the 2018 Cedar Creek High School Homecoming King and Queen, Edgar Gonzalez and Madeline Terrazas. And congratulations to this year's Homecoming Court. Let's all give this year's court one more round of applause for representing Cedar Creek High School.
welcome back here to Memorial Stadium in Bastrop, where we are almost underway here in the second half to start the second half. Stephen Strong with you alongside Travis Banks, as the kickoff is a very short pop-up, and it is fielded at the 44-43, and a fair catch was called, and a Cedar Creek special teamer just relayed out. Isaiah Knight, I believe, was the one to fair catch it. So immediately flags are thrown in a bonehead play by Cedar Creek to start off this second half, as we start the second half with the Patriots leading 18-3. And they'll have excellent field position to start the second half.
Both teams looking to start this second half where they picked up from. Cedar Creek scoring a field goal, their only points of the night just before the end of the first half. And, of course, this game has pretty much been all Eastview outside of that last drive.
First down and 10 from the Eagle 43. They hand it off this time, cutting up the right side, and finally brought down at the 25 is, I believe it was Carlos Ochoa. It was actually Isaiah Quinton Jackson there in the backfield. This is good enough for a first down. First down and 10. Quick throw to Hester, trying to find some space up the left sideline. Gets a blocker. A flag is thrown as he's ridden out of bounds near the 1 yard line. A quick start for the Patriot offense, but this might be coming back. It's in the area of where Caden Harris was blocking. So we await the call. And it is against Harris, a holding penalty after Hester had cut up the left sideline. So we will replay that first down. But it is a spot foul, so it'll be, I guess, first down and 2 from the Eagle 17. Colson in shotgun, 2 receivers wide to his right, 1 down to his left. He fakes the handoff, fires across the middle. It's caught by Devon Little. Touchdown, Patriots. And just like that, the Patriots strike once again to start off this second half. And on a slant route from Colson to Devon Little for the touchdown.
17 yards, as you said, Stephen, on the slant route. Devon Little beating his man, getting open, and into the end zone for the pretty easy touchdown to start the second half off for the Patriots.
In for the extra point attempt is Reed Honstein, as he drills it. So with 11-12 remaining here in the third quarter, on the opening possession of the third quarter, Eastview able to get terrific field position after the penalty on the kickoff return, and they go the distance to make the score 25-3. Here, trying to spoil Cedar Creek's homecoming night. And Travis, we talked about at halftime the need for the Patriots to get off to a good start here in the second half and keep the success going that they had in the first half. And we've seen them blow lead after halftime here on the road and so far this season. But that's a good start here to start the second half here tonight.
It is indeed, and I think Eastview, Coach Davies has talked with his team throughout the week about what exactly is at stake. Again, a 3-way tie between Eastview, Cedar Creek, and Bastrop for the third place spot in the district standings. Now, Bastrop currently holds a tiebreaker over Cedar Creek because they defeated Cedar Creek 29-28 a couple of weeks ago. But, of course, Eastview defeated Bastrop a couple of weeks ago as well by 5 points. So if Eastview can pull out the victory tonight, they will have total control of their own destiny and in the district standings in the playoff race.
And Honstein boots this one away to the end zone for the touchback. And Cedar Creek will get it from their own 25. And as you said, Travis, here at the start of the third quarter, Cedar Creek got their only points just before halftime on the field goal attempt, and they'll try to build off of that offensive success here early on their opening possession here in the second half. Houston in shotgun with 3 receivers down to his right, 1 up top to his left. He'll hand it off, and no, he actually kept it, faked the handoff, and ran up the middle for a 1-yard gain. It brings up 2nd down and 9.
Cedar Creek, they've really only had success on offense when they've utilized that read option. That's a play that's given Cedar Creek trouble throughout the season, so I'm surprised they haven't utilized it more.
2nd down and 9 from their own 26. Houston in shotgun, 3 receivers wide to his left, 1 on down to his right. And he will take the snap once again. Another fake handoff, and I believe he tripped on his own feet. I don't know if anyone touched him, but he gets back to the line of scrimmage. And he'll bring up no 3rd down after the no gain on the run.
3rd down and a very long 9 for Cedar Creek.
Ball on their own 26. 3 receivers down to his right, 1 up top to his left, as Houston will be in shotgun with his back Dominique Mojica standing to his right. And Houston back to throw, gets pressured immediately, evades some of it, now has to heave it down the field, and it is incomplete. It was short of everybody. And that'll bring up 4th down and a punt coming up for the Eagles. You know, it's interesting, Travis, this second half has started very similarly to how the game started, as we saw just kind of like opposites because of the kickoff of who received it first, but good defensive stand put together by the Patriots to force the quick punt. And on the other end, the offense was able to score very quickly down the field, as this one's going to be fielded by Jackson, who fields it and gets into Eagle territory before being dropped just outside the 45. They're going to mark it at the 47. So once again, terrific field position for the Patriots.
Really good field position for the Patriots, and if they can get something going on this drive and get some points on the board, be it a field goal or a touchdown, I think they'll be set in business. And I'm hesitant to say they could coast the rest of the game because we know what happens in the second half of these road games, but Eastview's very determined so far to get this first victory on the road this season here in Week 9.
The refs are discussing something on the Cedar Creek sideline before play can resume.
Running into the punter on the defense. Penalties decline. First down.
Wow. So Eastview ran into the punter as they get called for the penalty, but ultimately it doesn't affect them much, as the penalty will be declined because it wouldn't have given them a first down anyway. So the Eagles are content with just letting it be with how Jackson returned it, and it'll be 1st down and 10 inside Eagle territory on the 46. Colson in shotgun, 2 receivers down to up to his right. He turns, hands it off to Hester. A lot of space in front of him, cutting up the right sideline, staying in bounds, and then finally just ran out of space down the right side of the field over on the far side and gets knocked out at the 26-yard line. Another big run there from Hester. 9:15 to go here in the third quarter. Patriots on top, 25-3. First down and 10 from the 26-yard line of the Eagles. And Colson in shotgun, one receiver wide on each side. And he'll send Hester out of the backfield to go line up wide right as he flips it over to Ochoa on the catch. Little bubble screen, and he does not get very far. He may have gotten a yard to bring up second down. .8:35 and counting here in the third quarter. Second down and 9 from their own 25. Colson hands it off to Hester, who goes up the middle and gets dropped after a pretty good pickup, as it'll bring up third down and 3 from the 19-yard line. Patriots in the red zone now. Colson in shotgun, two receivers wide right, one down to his left. Colson rolls right, flips it over to Hester. Hester gets the first down and then some as he's knocked out of bounds near the 5. And they'll mark him out at the 6. And that's enough for the first down. It'll be first and goal for the Patriots.
Patriots are on a roll on the ground now. Zion Hester, he's had a pretty big night, if not a quiet night on the ground. And he's looking to finally break into the end zone for the first time on the ground. He does have one reception, touchdown reception.
First and goal. Colson lines up under center now and turns to hand it off to Hester, but play is blown dead, as before the snap, Coach Davies calls a timeout. And that will stop play as we have 7:51 remaining here in the third quarter. Patriots on top 25-3, facing a first and goal from the 6, and Coach Davies wants to talk it over. And this could result in a important come out to be an important drive for the Patriots, as they came out and scored on their opening possession of the second half. We've talked about their second half woes this season, and if they're able to score on a second straight drive here in the second half with nearly midway through the third quarter, 7:51 to go, and kind of make a statement here in the second half, that would be huge and put them up by a lot. Be tough for Cedar Creek to come back. So first down and goal from the 6. Colson will flip it over to Hester, trying to pick up some blocks, and is brought down at the 5. So after all that action and motion and blocking, he ends up picking up 1 yard and brings up second down and goal.
ECU's going to fight for every yard on this drive, as they should.
So second down and goal from the 5 now. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw some play action here, as Colson in shotgun, one receiver wide on each side. He fakes the handoff to Hester, gets pressured, heaves it down the middle. What an interception by the Eagle linebacker. It was Cade Edwards with the one-handed snag to bring it down and give the ball back to the Eagles. Wow.
That's a pass that Jackson Colson really wished he could have had back. All of his receivers were covered in the end zone, and Jackson Colson just simply tried to force a throw in there. And I do think that linebacker got a little lucky when he made that interception, but nevertheless, second turnover of the night for Eastview, second interception of the night for Jackson Colson. And looks like they're calling some sort of penalty on Eastview, so that sets up Cedar Creek with some even better field position.
I didn't hear the penalty, but it will be first down and 10 for the Eagles from the 26. Their own 26. Looks like we have a new quarterback in there, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a handoff up the middle, finds some space, does the back as he rumbles forward. Once again, Dominic Mojica in there. And he picks up the Eagle first down and gets it all the way to the 40-yard line. And Ashton in at quarterback with two receivers down to his right, one up top to his left, who hands it off once again and dragging defenders with him and picking up another Eagle first down. Is the back as he picks up 11 on the carry. Gets into Patriot territory. Ball on the 49, just on the other side of the 50. It'll be first down and 10. 6:10 to go here in the third quarter. And Ashton in shotgun hands it off, and once again up the middle, breaking some tackles initially and picking up 8 on the carry, as they've had some success here on this drive the last couple of plays and get it up the middle. Second and 2 from the 42. As it's going to be another handoff. No, he kept it on the keeper. And he rumbles forward very close to a first down. I think he's going to be marked just short. It's going to be 3rd and inches here. Big third down upcoming for both teams.
A huge third down for Cedar Creek. They're looking back to their sideline for instructions.
Figueroa takes the snap, runs forward, and picks up the first down, makes a man miss, and finally he's brought down. He fumbled the football, and it's picked up by DK Little, who is running the wrong way. Finally turns around and starts running the right way, cutting up the left sideline. He could go the distance. No one's in front of him. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Patriots. DK Little with the fumble recovery, but a flag is down all the way back to where he recovered it, as the refs were trying to blow their whistle. I'm not sure if they were trying to stop that play or if it came after the play was over, but this one might not count.
That's unfortunate because that's an impressive defensive score, and you always got to love it when your defense can score points for you, and that would even up the turnover margin once again for Eastview.
And the refs get to get together to discuss this play.
You got to assume the rule of the fumble will stand.
Personal foul, number 10 on the defense. Player is ejected. Touchdown.
Wow, and they have just ejected.
That's Javon Livingston, Steven. That's one of the biggest players of the Cedar Creek team has just been ejected. And the touchdown stands.
Wow. So it's not coming back, and the DK Little fumble return is good, as Honstein will come out to attempt the extra point. And, yeah, like you said, Travis, Livingston has been ejected as he walks over down to the locker room. And, wow, what a crazy play put together. Eagles had to get 1 yard to pick up the first down, and they had a good run going. It just popped out of Ashton Figueroa's hands, and DK Little was able to scoop it up, pick up some blocks, and as Honstein's kick is blocked and falls into the hands and then falls out of the hands of the special teams unit, and they fall on it, and it's no good. And in fact, even after the block, Eastview with a break, as it looked like Cedar Creek had a terrific opportunity to run all the way down the field and get the 2 points on the extra point attempt, but it slipped out of their hands and they fall down, so it ends up just being a no-good field goal or a no-good extra point try. So with 4:27 remaining here in the third quarter, Patriots are on top 31-3, and so far doing a terrific job of spoiling Cedar Creek's homecoming night.
And by a strange turn of events, Patriots missing that extra kick now makes it exactly a 4-touchdown game after they scored a 2-point conversion earlier in the night. And now missed this field goal. 31-3, and yeah, with 4:27 remaining in the third quarter, it's a deficit that that Cedar Creek is going to have a hard time digging themselves out of because time is not on their side.
Patriots will kick off.
And Honstein is set to kick this away, and after the penalty is assessed on the kickoff, he's going to kick it already in Eagle territory as he kicks it from the Eagle 45, and of course it flies out the back of the end zone for the touchback. And the Eagles will take over on offense from their own 25, but all the momentum definitely on Eastview's side, even after that blocked extra point, as they lead it 31-3. 4:27 remaining here in the third quarter, and this crowd has gotten pretty silent here on homecoming night for the Cedar Creek Eagles.
Indeed they have, because you never want to come out to a game and watch your team end up on the wrong side of a performance like this. Cedar Creek needs to give their fan base a little something to cheer about.
First down and 10 from their own 25. Figueroa in shotgun with two receivers down to his right, one up top to his left. And the play clock under 10 now. And Figueroa will take the snap, turns and hands it off to Mojica, who gets stuffed and then knocked backwards, and forward progress is going to give him 2 yards to bring up second down and 8. Second and 8 from their own 27-yard line. Figueroa in shotgun with two receivers up top to his left, one down to his right, and we haven't seen him throw yet since he's come into the game and taken over for Hunter Houston, who has had success with his legs throughout this game, especially in the first half. But the handoff up the middle picks up 4 more, so it'll be 3rd and 5 from their own 30. Cedar Creek just trying to get a little bit of momentum back with 3:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Figueroa and shotgun, 2 receivers to his left, looking to throw this time as he gets pressured, rolls right, and fires down the right sideline, and it is incomplete as Stephon Reyes was in the area. And it was a little behind the receiver. And that brings up 4th down, and the punt team comes on for the Eagles.
Feels like Cedar Creek is getting into those situations where they're making desperation throws, trying to thread a needle that just might not be there, just in hopes that they can get something going to get a 1st down, and it's not working out too well for them so far, Steven.
And the punt is a little bit better than we've seen, and it takes a high bounce straight up in the air and then takes a little bit of a eagle roll, and it's going to be down at the 41. And the Patriots will take over from there, from their own 41, with 2:46 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
And now with a 4-touchdown lead, Eastview's in a situation where, you know, I'm hesitant to say this because we've ragged on Coach Davies a lot for it so far this season, but you can start to run the clock out because Cedar Creek's offense has just had nothing going on a screen pass to Zion Hester. Zion Hester gets a 1st down and a whole lot more.
And a nice route out of the backfield by Hester as Colson gets it to him quickly, and it is enough for the Patriot 1st down. As they get the ball just on the other side of the 50 into Eagle territory. Empty backfield now for Colson. 1st down and 10. 3 receivers wide to the left, 2 up top to his right, and Colson low snap, gets it up, fires across the middle. It's caught by Hester. And he has to go low to the ground as he takes a roll. And they're going to say it hit the ground, actually. So incomplete, brings up 2nd down.
Unfortunate break for Hester. So he could have gotten really good field position for the Patriots had that been ruled a catch.
2nd down and 10 from the Eagle 49. Colson will hand it off to Hester, running up the middle, sheds a couple tacklers, and then gets brought down at the 41. And that'll bring up 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and 2. As Colson takes the snap, hands it off one more time to Hester, trying to find some space, but he is dropped after only picking up a yard, so it's going to bring up 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 1, a long one. Wouldn't be surprised to see Patriots go for it here, and they will, as Colson gets it under center, flips it over to Hester. Hester gets outside, picks up the 1st down, and 4 extra yards as he is forced out of bounds at the 39.
And I think that's the right play call, Steven. A little too far out of the range of Reed Honstein's leg. 4th and 1, why not go for it? Looking for your 1st road win.
As they pick it up, 1st down and 10 from the Eagle 34. And Colson in shotgun, 2 receivers down to his left, 1 up top to his right. Colson fakes the handoff, looking to throw, and it is over the head of Carlos Ochoa. I think Colson knew he had him and got a little too excited. He knows he could have got that one, and brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, just a tad overthrown. Ochoa tried to make a leaping one-handed catch, but just didn't have the height or the distance. He was about 2 steps behind that football. He's up 2nd down and 10.
And gets it. It's the handoff, as this is actually going to lose a yard. And the run defense has gotten a little better from this Cedar Creek Eagle front. And Espinosa on the carry loses a yard, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Haven't seen a whole lot of 3rd and longs from this distance so far tonight for the Patriots. They've had a pretty good night offensively. But this will be 3rd and 11 from the Eagle 35. Colson in shotgun with 2 receivers wide on each side. Hester standing at his left. Colson looking to throw, fires down the field, and it is caught over the middle, spinning out of a tackle and picking up the first down is number 14. That's Caden Harris. And he might not have picked up the first down had he not done that extra spin and evaded the tackle. That's good job by him to keep the chains moving, as this one is thrown to the right side on a little bubble screen to Jeremiah Knight as he picks up 1 on the catch.
1 yard gain on the play. 2nd down.
Eastview now slowing it down a little bit, taking their time. And they might let that be the last play of the 3rd quarter with 15 seconds on the game clock. And they seem content to let it tick down. Not the most explosive 3rd quarter, but they came out here and after halftime and had some positivity. They haven't allowed a score here for the Eagles. They put up a touchdown, and at the end of 3, your score, Patriots 31, Eagles 3. And we're in good shape heading into the 4th quarter, Travis.
We are indeed. Just 12 more minutes. Now, stranger things have happened in football games, but the way Cedar Creek's offense has been performing tonight, it's going to be kind of hard to see them making a comeback tonight. And if you're Eastview, start trying to control the clock, but don't let your foot off the gas pedal. That's been one of the things, especially against Glenn 2 weeks ago. They just started handing the ball off to Zion Hester up the middle beginning in the 3rd quarter. And that ultimately allowed Glenn to make the comeback over Eastview and win that ball game. But you've got to keep making those cutthroat play calls, Steven. Hand the ball off to Zion Hester, but maybe have him sweep out to the left or the right. Another screen pass. I mean, it's really worked well for Eastview tonight, having them air the ball out, as all but one of the touchdowns tonight for the Patriots have come through the air, and that other touchdown is a defensive one.
As we are underway here in the 3rd quarter on the sweep route to DK Little, who gets upended, but not before he picks up near a first down. He might be just short. And he is. He's about a yard short. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. We've had success with DK Little coming from the slot and rolling. Third down and 1 from the Eagle 11. Colson lines up under center and sneaks it as he's going to pick up the first down and a few extra yards as the pile pushes forward, and the offensive line definitely won the battle that time. And it'll be 1st down and goal.
Score here would do wonders for Eastview in crushing Cedar Creek's comeback hopes.
1st and goal from the 7. Colson looking to throw, has a man open in the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Patriots, as he got his feet in bounds, and who other than Devon Little on that fade route. As it looked like he was almost going to run out of space there in the back of the end zone, but he gets his feet down, secures the catch, and the Patriots strike once again here early on now in the 4th quarter, as Honstein will come out for the extra point.
Just another simple fade route by the Patriots, and that is Little's 3rd touchdown of the night.
It's a good snap, good hold, and it is a good kick. And with 10:53 remaining in the ball game, Eastview's on top 38-3, spoiling Cedar Creek's homecoming night.
So Devon Little has 2 touchdowns from 17 yards out, and this is his 3rd touchdown of the evening coming from 7 yards out. So Devon Little liking the action from the 7s this evening here against Cedar Creek. And again, DK Little had the fumble recovery for the touchdown a bit earlier in the 3rd quarter. So the Little brothers they're having themselves a little night tonight.
A little big night, big little night. 10:53 to go here in the 4th quarter. Patriots absolutely in control.
Now, hold on. They haven't updated the scoreboard.
I was just about to say. The score was 31-3 prior to that touchdown, and the point after by Honstein, I thought they said it was good. However, the scoreboard still says Patriots 37. So, did he miss?
He must have missed it.
Initial
I
reaction
was not paying attention to the referee.
Yeah, well, the initial reaction, they lifted their arms up. But anyways, this kickoff is a touchback.
Kickoff is into the end zone for a touchback. Cedar Creek football first down.
Cedar Creek will start once again from their own 25.
Well, it's been a rough night for Reed Honstein then, because he does have the 1 field goal from 36 yards out, but he missed another from 33 yards out, and that is the 2nd time he has not been able to make a point after.
First down and 10 from their own 25. And Figueroa in shotgun hands it off up the middle, and good defense there to force him, stop his forward progress. He may have picked up a yard.
Second down and 8.
Clock continues to tick as we're under 10:30, and they actually were generous and gave him 2 yards. So second down and 8 from their own 27. Figueroa in shotgun with 2 receivers up top to his right, 1 down to his left. As he'll take the snap and hands it off once again. And once again, it is stopped very quickly by this Patriot defense. It's only a 3-yard gain.
Well, he can carry to the 30-yard line. Third down and 5.
Another 3rd down upcoming for this Eagle offense, who have struggled tonight on 3rd down, as this Patriot defense has played well all night long, only allowing the 3 points you see on the board at the right before halftime. Figueroa back to throw this time. Throwing across the middle. It's just out of the reach of his intended receiver. It falls incomplete and brings up 4th down.
And Cedar Creek, all of their plays, their pass plays, just kind of feel like there's a lot of desperation behind all of the throws from the quarterback. And they're just trying, bless their hearts, they're trying to get something going on offense, but it's just nothing they do is working out. It's just been a heck of a defensive night by the Patriots.
So Jackson back deep to receive this punt, standing at about his 36. And this is a short punt. It takes a line drive. This time it doesn't hop over Jackson's head. He's able to scoop it up, cutting up the left sideline. Has some space in front of him, cutting it back inside, and is brought down from behind all the way near the 25. They mark him down at the 26, well into Eagle territory. So a nice return there from Jackson. And the Patriots will be back on offense with excellent field position.
And it becomes interesting now, Stephen, because even with this big lead, you got to think Eastview is going to look to put points on the board, because a lot of these tiebreakers when it comes to playoff time are decided by points scored. and points allowed. So the more points you score will be better in helping out with tiebreakers.
And they hand it off to Hester. Hester with a couple men to beat, and he gets forced out of bounds. They say he stepped out at the 13. It's enough for the first down. First and 10 from the Eagle 13-yard line. Espinosa in at running back now as Colson lines up in shotgun. Two receivers wide to his left, one down to his right. Fakes the handoff, fires in, intended for Carlos Ochoa, falls incomplete in the end zone. And that was, once again, we've seen that a few times tonight as Colson a little early on the throw to Ochoa, trying to go on a post, and Ochoa just wasn't able to beat the corner off the line of scrimmage in time, and ball sails over everybody. He brings up second down.
Look for another fade route here.
Second and 10, and they hand it off, and it is blown up by the Eagle defense. He loses, Espinosa loses a couple yards. It's going to bring up third and long.
Third and 13 for the Patriots, and a pretty big one.
Ball is on the Eagle 16, and Colson getting pressured, has to escape, and doesn't. He's able to get rid of the football, though. It falls incomplete as he was dragged down from behind, and out will come the kicking team.
This will be a 33-yard field goal attempt for Reed Honstein this time, and that was the exact distance as what he missed his first field goal try on the night from, all the way back midway through the first quarter.
So Honstein with the chance to give the Patriots 40 and get a little bit of his confidence back. And before he can start, the refs stop play. I think they had to get the line judge over there to judge this kick as he was late getting over. So now we're set as Carlos Ochoa will be the holder. He gets it down. It's a good snap, and the kick is good. So Honstein able to knock it through from the same distance that he missed early in the first quarter. And with 8:12 remaining here in the fourth quarter, your score, Eastview 40, Cedar Creek 3.
So
I'm sorry, the third quarter.
No, it's the fourth.
I was tripping. I'm sorry.
That scoreboard is off.
Yeah,
it still says it's the third quarter.
So Honstein able to connect on the 33-yard field goal, and Eastview is rolling here with 8:12 remaining in the ball game. Cedar Creek just unable to get a whole lot going on offense. As you can see by the score, as they have only put up 3, and that was just before halftime.
And down 37 points with 8 minutes left. Again, hard to dig yourself out from that hole. But I like what I see from this Eastview team. They're starting to get hot at just the right time.
As Honstein boots this one away, it's a high kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 7. He actually drops it and looked like he took his time picking it up as if he was going to take a knee, but he couldn't there. I mean, he was inside his own 5, and then he eventually picks it up and gets to the 7. By the time he had decided to start running, the Patriots were all over him.
Just to finish my thoughts, Steven, you know, I like the fire that Eastview is showing tonight. It's becoming a blowout. You know, the route is on, but they haven't exactly taken their foot off the gas, which is one of the big mistakes they've made, especially on the road the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and still with 8 minutes to go in the game, this is valuable time for your youngsters as we see a lot of new numbers out there on defense as the Eagles take it up the middle for a short gain on first down.
And you know, Steven, it's that time of year, too, where all of the the junior varsity players get their call-ups to the varsity roster. So it's good to get them some playing time because they're the future of the team.
It'll be 2nd and 5 from their own 13-yard line. And Figueroa takes the snap, hands it off, and somehow staying on his feet, finally stumbling down and brought down the 18 is Mojica. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 1. As we are under 7 minutes to go. 3rd and 1 from their own 17. And Figueroa in shotgun, 2 receivers wide to his right, and he hands off once again up the middle, and big hole found by Mojica as he gets all the way to the 30.
That's a 13-yard gain and a Cedar Creek Eagle first down.
Say that's feels like one of the biggest first downs of the night for Cedar Creek.
First down and 10 from their own 30. Under 6.5 minutes to go. Figueroa in shotgun with 2 receivers wide to his right, 1 down to his left. He takes the snap and hands it off once again. And up the middle, plugged up for a gain of 1. Was Fitzhugh. And since Houston has gone out of the game, they have really not attempted a whole lot of throws with Figueroa in at quarterback. 2nd down and 8 from their own 32. And once again, it's a handoff, this time a sweep route to the outside and knocked down after a short gain on the right sideline. He stayed in bounds. Is the back. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. And it was Mojica on the carry again. Five minutes to go. And it's a 3rd and 6 from their own 34. And now refs blow the play dead before it can get going as I don't know if the ball was misspotted, but it's set to go now as Figueroa in shotgun, 2 receivers down to his left, 1 up top to his right. He rolls left, looking to throw, and gets pressured and just gets hammered in the backfield for the sack. Didn't have anywhere to go and just got laid out. Ball flying through the air. It was number 53, the man to make the sack, Jordan Hatley. He's been in any quarterback's face, any quarterback the Eagles put out there. He's been pressuring them all night long, and that time able to bring him down for a huge loss and bring up 4th down.
Hadley's definitely making a name for himself on this Eastview defense this season. He's been kind of flying under the radar.
Sorry, Travis, the punt sails, and this time Jackson just lets it bounce. Takes a nice eagle roll and stops all the way at the 26-yard line, and that is where the Eagles will take over with 3:47 remaining in the fourth quarter, Travis.
Yeah, I didn't mean to step over you, Steven. Sorry about that. But, yeah, Hadley just the last couple of games, he's had some lights-out defensive plays, and he's looking to make a statement and get his name out there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Travis. I feel like we didn't call his name a whole lot early in the season, but, yeah, these last few games I have found myself saying his name quite a bit, and he's been a quarterback's nightmare, just making plays in the backfield, as it'll be first down and 10, and Colson's night is done. Hester's night is done, as Espinosa with the carry up the middle for 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up second down and 7, and it is Cameron Ruffin, the senior, once again getting some playing time this season in at quarterback.
And with just about 3.5 minutes left, if Eastview can get a couple of first downs, they can just run the clock out and ice this game. I don't think they're going to be too aggressive in looking to get into the end zone, because if it comes down to a points tiebreaker, well, it'll just be head-to-head because they'll have victories over Cedar Creek and Bastrop.
So Ruffin and shotgun, 2 receivers down to his right, 1 up top to his left, hands off to Espinosa up the middle with some speed, showing his speed down the field, and he gets tackled inside Eagle territory. A huge hole up the middle and a huge run by Espinosa as he gets all the way to the Eagle 30-yard line.
He went from 30 to 30. So a roughly 40-yard, about a 39-yard run. The ball was originally spotted at the 29-yard line of Eastview, and now it's at the 30 of Cedar Creek. So make that a 41-yard run. My mistake. It's hard to do math.
Period.
That's why I'm in broadcasting. Exactly.
First down and 10 from the Eagle 30. Ruffin and shotgun, and he'll turn and hand it off to Espinosa once again, finding a nice hole. This time he's brought down after about a 5-yard pickup.
Espinosa on the carry. Gain of 5 yards to the 25-yard line. It'll be second down and 5.
And the clock continues to tick. We're under 2 minutes now. And it's going to be a second down and 5. Of course, the Patriots happy to take their time before running their next play. Interesting, between every play, Ruffin has to run to the sideline to get the call and run back to the huddle to tell his team. Under 5 on the play clock, Ruffin gets it off, hands it off to Espinosa up the middle and fighting for that first down marker, unable to get there. He stopped just short. And bring up 3rd and 2.
I think you go for it here, Steven. Just over a minute left on the game clock. Might as well try to get that first down. Either way, you're going to be, running down as much clock as possible. So might as well try to get the first and just end this game entirely. It's like it seems mean, but there's all this weird stuff you have to consider when it comes to blowout games like this.
Ruffin and shotgun turns, hands it off to Espinosa, who rumbles up the middle, and he does pick up the first down as he gets where he needed to get plus a yard. He gets to the 20.
And there is a 1-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. So Eastview technically they won't have to take a knee.
Yeah, that should be the ball game, as the game clock was ahead by 1 second, so the play clock isn't even needed. And, of course, the Eagles are content to get out of here, even with all 3 timeouts, as the Patriots come in to Memorial Stadium and spoil homecoming night for the Cedar Creek Eagles. As your final here from Memorial Stadium in Bastrop, is Eastview 40, Cedar Creek 3. We're going to keep it right here for the postgame. And want to thank you for tuning in here to SHN Sports, Eastview Patriot Football. Stephen Strong with you alongside Travis Banks. And another one in the books here for the Patriots as they get their first road win of the season in impressive and dominant fashion here at Memorial Stadium to knock off Cedar Creek 40-3. And Travis, what impressed you the most tonight from these Patriots?
Well, there's a number of things, Steven. Let's talk about it real quick. The defense performed spectacularly tonight. They did give up that field goal, but they pitched the shutout for the entire second half. So in the last 8 quarters, they have only allowed 3 points, which is really impressive. They got a number of turnovers tonight. They got 2 turnovers, actually, 1 interception and 1 fumble recovered by DK Little and returned for a touchdown. So not only are they getting a lot of turnovers now, they are also scoring points off of said turnovers. And as for the offensive side, I think Devon Little, without a doubt, deserves Offensive Player of the Game because with 3 touchdowns, all of them on fade routes, the exact same play, just a great performance by Devon Little and a great performance by Jackson Colson tonight, despite Jackson Colson throwing 2 interceptions. Really, that's the only bad thing you can say about this Eastview performance tonight. Zion Hester had a quietly good night as he ran for, I believe, over 100 yards, or at least he had well over 100 total yards. Remember, he kicked off the scoring at the very beginning of the first quarter. First play from scrimmage, 72-yard touchdown reception from Jackson Colson. Speaking of Colson, 1, 2, 3, 4 total touchdowns for Colson, 2 interceptions. That's a heck of a night. 3 of those touchdown passes going to Devon Little again. And I really don't know what else to say, Stephen. It was pretty much a complete and total team effort. Eastview gets their first win on the road in their final opportunity to do so this season. I think something has clicked over the last 2 games. There's something about that Glenn loss that just set a fire under this team because they're playing better football, Stephen. They're more focused, they're more energized, and I think they know that now they are in control of their own destiny when it comes to the playoffs. They have sole control, depending on the results of the other district games tonight, of the 3rd place spot in the district. I think this about clinches a playoff spot. However, they can't get caught looking ahead because next week they have to return home for the final home game of the season and face an Elgin team that absolutely demolished this Eastview team last year. I believe that score was 42-13 in Elgin.
Yep, and like you said, Travis, there's not a lot you can say about tonight except how dominant this Eastview Patriot team was. And they'll try to end their regular season on a high note next week at home for senior night. And with a playoff spot on the line, it's going to be a fun night next week. Back at Birkelbach Field at GISD Athletic Complex. We will be there on the call, and we'll hope for the best here in this district for the Patriots to have a pretty good shot at making the playoffs, and tonight was key for that to happen. And we're just about going to wrap it up here tonight from Memorial Stadium. Any last thoughts, Travis, on the game and moving forward?
Well, Eastview ups their record to 5-4 overall with a 4-2 record in district. So they will at least be guaranteed a winning district record, and they will at least guarantee themselves a .500 record overall. So you can chalk that up to a fairly successful season, especially with all the district realignment. And it really goes to show you how much it helps teams like Eastview when they don't have to play Georgetown and Cedar Park every single week. So hats off to Eastview for clinching a winning district record. And they should be on their way to the playoffs. We'll see what happens next week. But hats off to the defense for another good game, and hats off to the offense for coming out and trying to match up with the defense in terms of success.
An impressive showing tonight from the Patriots. Results in your final score once again from Memorial Stadium here in Bastrop: Eastview 40, Cedar Creek 3. And that'll do it for tonight. Once again, we'll be back at home from GISD Athletic Complex next week for the final regular season game period of this season. And on behalf of everyone here at SHN Sports, Rob Hipp, Travis Banks, I'm Steven Strong signing off here from Bastrop. Another Patriot victory, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful evening, everybody.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.